What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and I officially turned 30 this May. So, as a lover of comic books and comic book movies, I decided to watch, review, and rank every single live action, theatrically released Marvel and DC film dating as far back as the 1950s to now in this series I call The Road to 30. Today, we're talking about 1989's The Return of Swamp Thing.
The Return of Swamp Thing.
Off the bat, this movie plays more like a comedy than anything that Wes Craven was trying to do with the first movie. The only returning cast member is the guy who plays Arcane and Dick Durock, who played the actual Swamp Thing from the first movie. And he's actually talking this time like a normal dude. He's cracking jokes. He's being kind of romantic. He's just this all around good guy, and he wants to help people, and he doesn't feel like he's a freak. He's just like, I'm a dude made from a swamp. It's just like, oh, okay, is that what we're doing here? And I do like that this movie kind of takes the ridiculous premise a step further by literally combining animal DNA with other people. So you get like these freaky half bug, half human monsters and stuff like that. And I just thought that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? I thought that was very interesting, especially for the 80s. I'm like, you know what? I'm here for this corniness. Like I'm really here for it. And I do like how Swamp Thing looks this time around. The first time it kind of did look like a suit. This time he looks like a dude just covered in swamp stuff and plants and leaves and whatnot. He looks scarier, but also like bulkier, and he looks more like a superhero, which is kind of cool actually. Arcane's daughter, played by Heather Locklear, is very annoying at first, but she does kind of grow on you after a while. And she strikes up this romance essentially with Swamp Thing, where she's actually fantasizing about being with him in his human form and stuff like that. And but it's rather quick. Like it's like she meets him, she's like, "Oh snap, a swamp guy," and like literally 5 minutes later, she's like, "I want to do things." It's like he's made of a like swamp stuff. Like, I don't know if you know that. I don't think it's gonna be possible for you to do anything with him, but that's just me. A thing I did forget to mention though in the beginning, like there is this really cool comic intro where they kind of show panels of the Swamp Thing comics as they're, doing the title cards and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I always enjoy when a movie does that. Like the first Superman movie in 1978 did that. It opened up with a comic. Um, and then there's been other examples that I can't think of off the top of my head right now, but like that they do like that whole comic book intro. I think that's just really cool. I think more movies should do that, to just be like, this is the character we're adapting, even though you might know the character completely, like a Spider-Man or Batman, whatever. But it's like, this is the character we're adapting, and look how we're adapting it. Like, do like those different panels that you'll be like, oh, is that the Golden Age era? That's the Bronze era, whatever. And then be like, oh, so this is radically different from what we're doing from the comics, or like, oh, this is a great adaptation of the comics, stuff like that. I kind of as a comic book fan, I thought that was really cool. And I do especially love how everyone is just kind of over the top in this movie, like super over the top. Like everybody's like speaking as if they're in this like a James Bond villain or something, and like e- every character is like a stereotype, or like just completely like there's these characters, these two kids who are kind of in the movie for no reason, but like they're funny to follow because one kid is a terrible actor, the other one's kind of good, and there's a bunch of ADR between the both of them, like the audio redubbed on them, and like it's just like the situations they get into, how they even get into the mix of Swamp Thing's story is just it's just so stupid, but so enjoyable somehow. And again, this is like almost like Howard the Duck, where I kind of just appreciate that they went all in with the ridiculousness of the premise and just said, you know what, yeah, this is the movie we're making. It's not great, but we're gonna have fun with it, and I can always respect and appreciate that. Overall, I'd probably put this movie in the C plus tier. The 2 out of 5, 4 out of 10. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it enough. I thought it was fun. It's kind of like on par with Howard the Duck for me. Like it's like I could take or leave either of them, but also like they're both just kind of schlocky fun that just knows what kind of movie it is, instead of being this like serious take on either of the characters, and they just kind of go all in with it. Although, look, speaking of Swamp Thing, because I think this is the last Swamp thing on this whole list, I am super excited for James Mangold's version of the character. He's supposed to be doing Swamp Thing for the new DCU. And James Mangold, if you don't know him, he did Ford vs. Ferrari, he did Logan, he did Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny, even though a lot of people don't like that one. At least it takes the material seriously. He did the Wolverine. This dude is a prolific director. And I think him taking on a character like Swamp Thing is going to be an awesome deconstruction that people like to have nowadays all the time of the character. And I think it's going to be a nice dark piece. Whereas, the first 1982 Swamp Thing by Wes Craven, and then this Swamp Thing, the Return of Swamp Thing, it's just kind of it's fun. It's nothing to take too seriously. It's nothing that you got to turn your brain on for, and just enjoy a big green dude fighting a bunch of half bug monsters. I guess. But that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and get in my comments with your thoughts on 1989's The Return of Swamp Thing, as well as what movie you're excited for me to review next, whether it be from Marvel or DC. But until next time, guys, take care and God bless.